the word God, Allah, is written in bold capital letters throughout the text. The cumulative frequency of occurrence of the word God is noted at the bottom of each page in the left-hand corner. The number in the right-hand corner is the cumulative total of the numbers of verses containing the word God. The last page of the text, page 604, shows that the total occurrence of the word God is 2,698, or 19 times 142. The total sum of verse numbers for all verses containing the word God is 118,123, also a multiple of 19. This phenomenon alone suffices as incontrovertible proof that the Quran is God's message to the world. No human beings could have kept track of 2,698 occurrences of the word God and the numbers of verses where they occurred. We have to put a pause right here because this is not true either. Let me just make one thing clear though. Rashad Khalifa thinks, based on the cumulative frequency of occurrence, in other words, the total sum of repetition of the proper noun Allah, God, in the Quran, and the total sum of the number of their verses are both multiples of 19. Just to make this even more simple for those who are new to this too, the total number of repetitions of the proper noun Allah, God, in the Quran, according to Rashad Khalifa, is 2,698, which is 19 times 142. That is excluding Surah 9, verse 128 and 129, but 129 is where Allah is mentioned. So by including Surah 9, verse 128 and 129, you will get 2,699 occurrences of Allah, God, not a multiple of 19. But for now, let's assume Rashad Khalifa's version of it to be correct to remove all doubt, because even that is indeed wrong and incorrect, as he miscalculated the total sum of 2,698 even without including Surah 9 verse 128 and 129. This is truly disappointing because he completely forgot or purposely disqualified all the occurrences of Allahumma, which means dear Allah, God, or O God, or O Allah in the Quran. There is no Ya Allah in the Quran. Instead, Allahumma is the correct and proper way to address Allah as O Allah or O God. Allahumma is mentioned 5 times in the whole Quran. In Surah 3 verse 26, in Surah 5 verse 114, Surah 8 verse 32, and Surah 10 verse 10, and Surah 39 verse 46 respectively. And he translated all of their occurrences as our God, whereas our God is only said once in the Quran in Surah 29 verse 46 as Ilahuna, our God, in which he also translated as our God. You see the discrepancy here. He thus mistranslated Allahumma as God in lowercase rather than God in uppercase, and he missed all 5 of its occurrences, making his calculation completely wrong because 2,698 plus 5 is 2,703. 2,703 is not a multiple of 19. Please note that the reason why some of the 19ers believe Allahumma should not be counted in the total counts of Allah, God, is because of the suffix mim that is added at the end of Allah. That is their argument for not counting them. This argument is complete nonsense and absurd, as the word Allahumma is divided into 2 morphological segments. 1 as a proper noun, Allah, God, and 2 a vocative suffix, the mim, the ma. As a result, Allahumma is definitely Allah, God, being directly addressed, which God should have been uppercase and bolded in his translation in those verses. Consequently, there is a clear miscalculation for not having including those occurrences. However, let's say we do apply his approach by not including the Allahumma because of the suffix mim in Allahumma. Then in that case, all 9 occurrences of Tallah, which has a prefix ta in these verses, in Surah 12 verse 73, also in verse 85, and also in verse 91 and 95, in Surah 16 verse 56, and also in Surah 16 verse 63, in Surah 21 verse 57, also in Surah 26 verse 97, and Surah 37 verse 56. All those verses should also be disqualified, not to be counted, since they are prefixed to Allah as a preposition ta, and it is used to form an oath, which is why their occurrences are usually translated as by or swear to God or Allah. In that case, you must subtract these 9 occurrences from the total 2,698 occurrences from his count, which equals Well, 2698 minus 9 equals 2689, which is not a multiple of 19 either. Henceforth, one of the most important reasoning of Rashad Khalifa, and also his first reasoning, is wrong. He incorrectly counted the total occurrences of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by not adding the Allahummas and all those surahs. Also, the total occurrence of Allah according to him should now be 2703. However, this too is not correct because this total sum does not include the name of Allah that is mentioned in Surah 9 verse 129. According to Rashad Khalifa, this is one of the main reasons for removing verses 128 and 129 from Surah 9. Thus, his basis is completely astray. If we do not remove those verses, the true total sum of occurrences of the proper noun Allah in the Quran is 2704. By the way, that is not a multiple of 19. Thus, Allah is not divisible by 19. Qul huwallahu ahad. Say, He is Allah, one, not 19.